Young David walked eagerly towards the lake, a small woven basket in his hand. Inside, 5 barley loaves and 2 small fish rested, his humble lunch. He could hear Jesus' voice, a gentle hum drawing him closer to the crowd. The crowd was massive. 5,000 people gathered on the grassy hillside. David found a spot near the edge, his eyes fixed on Jesus, speaking calmly. Hours passed, the sun climbed higher, and hunger began to stir in the crowd. David's stomach rumbled softly, but he remained focused on Jesus' words. The disciples huddled together, their faces etched with concern and worry. "How will we feed all these people?" one disciple whispered to another. "There's no way we can buy enough food for everyone here," another replied. Andrew scanned the crowd, his eyes searching for any possible solution. He spotted David, a small boy, clutching a simple basket near the front. Andrew approached Jesus, his voice hesitant. "There's a boy with some food. He has 5 barley loaves and 2 small fish. But what is that for so many?" Jesus turned his gaze towards David, a gentle smile gracing his lips. David felt a warmth spread through him as Jesus looked in his direction. Andrew led David forward, the boy clutching his basket nervously. "This is David. He has offered to share his lunch with everyone." David looked up at Jesus, his eyes filled with a mixture of hope and shyness. "It's not much, but I wanted to help," David said softly, offering the basket. The disciples exchanged doubtful glances, questioning the offering's impact. 5 loaves and 2 fish? It seemed like a drop in the ocean of need. Jesus smiles warmly, accepting the offering with open hands and a grateful heart. He held the small basket aloft, showing it to the gathered crowd. A hush fell over the multitude as they watched Jesus with anticipation. David stood beside Jesus, his heart pounding with a mix of excitement and fear. He wondered if his small gift would truly make a difference to anyone. Doubt crept into his mind, whispering that it was a foolish gesture. But then he looked at Jesus' face, filled with peace and unwavering faith. David's worries began to fade, replaced by a sense of trust and hope. He knew that something special was about to happen, something miraculous. The sun shone brightly, casting a golden glow upon the scene. The air crackled with anticipation as Jesus prepared to work wonders. David closed his eyes for a moment, offering a silent prayer of faith. He trusted in Jesus, believing that anything was possible with God. He opened his eyes, ready to witness the unfolding of a miracle. The crowd waited patiently, their hunger momentarily forgotten in anticipation. Even the disciples, despite their doubts, held a glimmer of hope. The stage was set for a demonstration of divine power and boundless love. David's small act of kindness had set into motion something extraordinary. He was just a boy with a simple lunch, but he had offered it all. And in that offering, he had unknowingly opened the door to a miracle. The air grew still, the only sound the gentle lapping of the lake water. All eyes were fixed on Jesus, waiting for him to speak or act. David felt a surge of faith, a deep knowing that everything would be all right. He was a part of something bigger than himself, something truly special. His small lunch was about to become a symbol of hope and abundance. He stood tall, his heart filled with gratitude and unwavering belief. The moment of transformation was at hand, a miracle about to unfold. David's simple act of sharing was about to change everything. He was ready to witness the power of God at work in the world. His faith was rewarded, his generosity about to be multiplied. The small lunch was no longer just food. It was a vessel of divine grace. He knew that this day would forever be etched in his memory. He was a witness to a miracle, a participant in God's grand plan. David's lunch was about to feed thousands, a testament to selfless giving. He closed his eyes once more, whispering a prayer of thanks and praise. He looks up to the heavens, his eyes filled with reverence and a silent prayer. Jesus gives thanks, his voice resonating with a power that stills the restless crowd. He then breaks the bread, a simple act that holds the promise of something extraordinary. The loaves seem to multiply in his hands, an endless supply from a humble source. The fish, too, increase in number, shimmering silver under the afternoon sun. The disciples, initially doubtful, now stare in amazement at the growing pile of food. Jesus instructs them to distribute the meal, his voice calm and reassuring. The disciples begin to serve the crowd, their baskets overflowing with bread and fish. People eagerly receive the food, their faces lighting up with joy and relief. David watches in awe as the miracle unfolds before his very eyes. He sees the hungry being fed, their needs met by this unexpected abundance. The crowd eats their fill, a symphony of satisfied murmurs filling the air. Even the smallest children are given their share, their laughter echoing through the valley. David realizes the power of his small offering, how it contributed to this miracle. He understands that no act of kindness is ever too small, especially when given with love. The disciples collect the leftovers, their baskets overflowing with even more food. 12 baskets are filled, a testament to the abundance of God's provision. The crowd is amazed by the miracle, their faith strengthened by what they have witnessed. David feels a sense of profound gratitude, his heart filled with joy and wonder. He learns that God can use even the simplest things to create extraordinary outcomes. The sun begins to set, casting a golden glow over the satisfied crowd. People begin to depart, their hearts full of gratitude and renewed hope. David stays behind, reflecting on the day's events and the miracle he witnessed. He clutches his empty lunch basket, now a symbol of his selfless act. He understands that true generosity lies not in the size of the gift, but in the spirit of giving. David looks up at Jesus, his eyes filled with admiration and respect. Jesus smiles back, acknowledging David's contribution to the miracle. He places a hand on David's shoulder, a gesture of appreciation and blessing. David feels a surge of warmth and peace, knowing he has played a part in something special. The crowd disperses, leaving behind a scene of quiet contentment. The disciples gather around Jesus, discussing the miracle and its significance. They marvel at the power of God and the importance of faith and generosity. Jesus reminds them that even the smallest act of kindness can have a profound impact. He emphasizes the importance of sharing what they have with those in need. David listens intently, absorbing Jesus' words and their deeper meaning. He realizes that the miracle was not just about feeding the hungry, but also about teaching a lesson, the lesson of compassion, generosity, and the power of faith. As darkness falls, the disciples and Jesus prepare to leave the lakeside. David lingers for a moment, gazing at the spot where the miracle took place. He will never forget this day, the day he learned the true meaning of giving. He walks away with a lighter heart and a renewed sense of purpose. The memory of the miracle will stay with him forever. He knows that even though he is just a small boy, he can make a difference in the world by sharing what he has, by showing kindness, and by having faith. David smiles, ready to face the future with hope and determination. The stars begin to twinkle in the night sky, a reminder of God's constant presence. David whispers a prayer of thanks, grateful for the miracle and the lessons he has learned. He starts his journey home, his heart full of joy and peace. The image of the multiplied food remains vivid in his mind. He knows that the miracle was a testament to the power of faith. David resolves to live his life according to the principles he learned today. He wants to share his blessings with others, just as Jesus shared with the crowd. He will always remember the day his small lunch became a small miracle. The memory of the event solidifies his faith in God. David's act of kindness becomes a story passed down through generations. His simple offering inspires others to give generously and trust in God's provision. David's small lunch becomes a symbol of hope and the power of selfless giving.